Okay, so the topic for today is what? What is the topic? What is today's topic? What is it called as? Put that in the chat box. It's called as exception handling. It's called exception handling. Okay. Meanwhile, right. So, by the way, what do you mean by an exception? Any idea? You can unmute yourself and you can talk to me. First of all, what do you mean by exception? What do you basically mean by exception? What is it? Anyone can unmute yourself and talk to me. Or you want me to point out Jyoti? What do you mean by exception, Jyoti?
Sir, it's a
Error handling.
kind of error occurred in the program.
Okay, so there is syntax error, there is logical error, and there is runtime error. So what kind of error are you actually talking about?
Runtime error.
Geeta is telling error handling. Okay, so you have yeah, correct. So okay, first of all, let us discuss from how many types of errors are there. Okay, can you tell me how many types of errors are there? First one, what is the first one?
Syntax,
First one is called as
syntax
compile time error, correct?
compile time error.
Yeah, one is called as compile time error or compiler error. Okay, right. Okay, what is the second kind of error?
Runtime error.
It is runtime error. Okay, second type of error is runtime error. Okay, okay. So what is the third type of error? Okay, third type of error is
Syntax.
basically semantic or logical error. Correct? No, it is called as logical error. Okay, right. Now, what do you mean by compile time error? Jyoti, what do you mean by compile time error, Jyoti?
Sir, during saving the program, is there any syntax error or
By saving the program, not what do you mean by saving the program? It is not while saving the program. It is basically while compiling the program. Okay.
okay.
So if the compiler is not able to understand the syntax, or if there is any vocabulary problem, if there is any problem with the vocabulary, okay, so the compiler will say, no boss, I did not understand what is that you are trying to convey to the CPU. I'll not be able to convert this into your assembly instruction. Therefore, I'm giving an error, compile time error. Boom, yes or no?
Yes,
Correct.
sir.
For example, in Python, say for example, if I say, okay, if I say, okay, let me give you an example. Let me run an example over here. Okay, right. Say vi test dot 1 second. Yeah, vi okay test.py something like this. Okay, and here I would say where is equal to a slash 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 b. I'll say like this. Okay, now so then what I'll do is I'll compile this, I'll run this code. Okay, so you know that it does internally compilation and interpretation and all that, right? So now what I'll do when I do like this, what happens? Okay, python 3 test.py. Okay, python 3 test.py. When I run this, what does it say? It says it is syntax error. Correct? No, it is a syntax error. It means there is no operator slash slash slash. Correct? No. So this is basically called as what? Compile time error. The compiler did not generate any assembly instruction at all. Okay, you getting this or not? Yes or no? Everyone, this is compiler error. Okay, now what do you mean by runtime error? Runtime error is, say for example, when I have vi, okay, the same program, okay, instead of saying a divided by b, if suppose I did something called as 5 divided by 0. Okay, when I did 5 divided by 0, what will happen? I'll say, okay, so tell me, is there any problem with the syntax? Is there any problem with the syntax in this line of code? There is no syntax problem. The syntax is absolutely right. Okay, 5 is a number, this is an operator, 0 is again a number, and I'm assigning it to another object variable. So there is no problem syntax wise. The compiler is absolutely okay. He doesn't give any error. But the problem occurs when you try to run this code. Okay, internally when the interpreter tries to run this code using CPU, right? Now it will give you an error. Okay, so what is that? Okay, zero division error basically. Okay, so this is called as runtime error. Okay, no, is that okay? Okay with everyone, right? So this is basically called as runtime error, right? So exceptions are nothing but runtime errors. Okay, no, the exceptions are nothing but runtime errors. Okay, no, whenever an error occurs runtime. Okay, so that is basically called as an exception. And logical error, you might know, as the name itself suggests, you have written a program but you're not getting the desired output. Okay, because there is a problem with your logic. There is a problem with the logic that you have implemented to arrive at a particular solution. You have not written the right logic, and that is when you actually get a logical error. Is that okay? So the compiler cannot help, nor the CPU cannot help. Okay, so you have to think as a programmer and write the right logic. That is basically called as, if suppose you have not written a right logic for your code and you don't get the desired output, that is called as logical error. Is that okay, guys? Till here it's okay. Is that okay? Okay, shall I give you an analogy now? Shall I give you an analogy? Right? Okay, shall I give you an analogy for exception handling? Okay, so what is the analogy now? Okay, can I remove this from the screen for now? Shall I remove this from the screen for now? Okay, now. Okay, see, analogy is like this. Yogesh is here. Who is there? Yogesh is there. Okay, Subhash is there. Okay, and now let me take Subhash. Subhash, I'll take your example. You don't mind? I'll take your name. I'll take your name in the analogy. Is that okay? MPA. What is MPA, buddy? MPA. Okay. Okay. So right. Okay. So let me now take Subhash's example. Assume Subhash is a father of a very good son. Okay. Very nice son. Is that okay? I'm making him a father for now. Okay. So Subhash is here. Is that okay? Yeah. Subhash is here. Okay. This is not Subhash KU. I'm talking about Subhash. Subhash BS. Okay. Subhash BS. Okay. Subhash BS is a father of a very nice son. He has a son. Is that okay? Right. Now, Subhash, night 9:30, one day in his house. Okay, night 9:30. What is the time? Put that in the chat box. What is the time? What is the time, guys? Put that in the chat box. What time? Yeah, it is 9:30. What PM? 9:30 PM. 9:30 PM. Okay, 9:30 PM. He tells his son. Okay, son. What is the son's name? Can you give one son's name? Give one name to his Subhash's son. Actually, okay, we will give as Hari. It seems. Why here? Who is that Hari? Lakshmi Krishnappa, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Why Hari?
You said give one name, so Hari is a name. So I did.
There are so many other names. Why did you choose Hari?
Sir, I can type any name, sir.
Okay. Okay. I cannot, but still, I don't understand why Hari. Anyways, we'll talk offline later. Okay. Anyways, we'll discuss it. But I don't want to take Hari. We will call Subhash's son as Pappu. Is that okay? We will call as Pappu. Okay. The Subhash son is Pappu, right? So he says Pappu. Okay, Pappu, I am feeling very hungry. It is, why don't you go and get me one masala dosa from a restaurant? Okay, so there is a restaurant. Okay, so we will call it as give me one restaurant name. No, if I ask Lakshmi Krishnappa, she will say Hari Pari and all that. So give some nice name to the restaurant. What is the restaurant name? Guys, give some restaurant. No, Saravana Bhavan. Okay, we will take this Saravana Bhavan. Okay, Saravana Bhavan. Okay, Saravana Bhavan. Okay, we have the Saravana Bhavan Hotel, 9:30. Okay. Okay, this is restaurant, hotel. I'll call it as hotel or restaurant or whatever it is, right? So, what will Subhash say? Subhash will say his son, Pappu, Pappu, I'm feeling very hungry. Go to the hotel and get me one masala dosa. Okay, so Pappu will come to the hotel. Okay, Pappu will come to the hotel over here. Okay, so let me give one mustache for him to indicate his father. Okay, so Pappu will come to the hotel over here. Now tell me, okay, what are the chances, like whether he will be able to get the masala dosa or not? Yogesh, can you unmute yourself, Yogesh? We'll chat. We'll have a discussion.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tell me, Yogesh. Now, will Pappu be successful in getting masala dosa?
Yes, sir.
He'll be successful. He'll be successful, unsuccessful in getting masala dosa. Huh?
Successful.
You speak loudly, man.
Successful.
How can you say successful? On what basis? 9:30 p.m. 9:30 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Night 9:30 p.m. He's going. Okay, I'll make it as 9:30 only enough. 9:30. 9:30 you will get masala dosa in hotel. Huh?
No.
You are talking about Saravana Bhavan. Saravana Bhavan will be there. So I'll not talk Saravana Bhavan. I will talk about some local Hari only. Hari hotel only. Hari restaurant. Hari restaurant only is best. Saravana Bhavan maybe they might serve till 12 o'clock. I'm talking about Hari restaurant near Subhash's house. Subhash's house is near Hegde Nagar. Okay, a very remote area, Hegde Nagar, and there is one in Hegde Nagar. There is one hotel called as Hari Restaurant. Now tell me, will Pappu be successful in getting him masala dosa?
No.
Why you can't? Why are you saying no? Not possible.
At 9:30, hotel will be closed, or
no, you cannot say hotel will be closed, right? But yeah, but chances are there that hotel could be closed, or okay, hotel is opened, but the dosa batter is not. dosa batter would not be available. Yes or no?
Yes.
Or the one who is actually preparing that dosa would not be available. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Or might be the hotel is closed. Who knows? Correct. So there are various chances for Pappu could fail. Okay, but even Pappu can also be successful. Also, who knows? 9:30 Hari restaurant is more better than Saravana Bhavan. Might be he is open till 10:30, and he might be able to get a masala dosa also. Okay, so what I am trying to tell you is that okay, Pappu can either get the masala dosa or he may not be able to get the masala dosa also. Yes or no? Chances are there. Chances are there for him to get masala dosa. Chances are there for him not to get the masala dosa also. Agree, disagree with this?
Agree.
Agree, correct, no? Now, if Pappu gets the masala dosa, good, program successful, yes or no?
Yes.
Correct, he is very hungry night 9:30, okay? What if Pappu comes back and says hotel closed?
That is
Exception.
an exception.
There is an exception. That is called as an exception. It is a runtime error. Yes or no? So
Yes.
he is feeling very hungry. He wanted to actually, you know, what is that? What do you call? He wanted to fill his stomach. Okay, he wanted to somehow fill his stomach, and he asked Pappu to go and get the masala dosa. And then masala dosa is not available. So what Pappu will do? I mean, if masala dosa is available, he'll come back and give him the masala dosa. So Subhash will eat masala dosa and he'll be happy. What if masala dosa is not available? That is basically called as an exception. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, if Subhash is really intelligent, what he has to do? If Subhash is really intelligent, what he has to do? If he is smart, not intelligent, if he is smart, what Subhash has to do? Subhash must know that, okay, Subhash must know that there are chances that the hotel may be closed. He should be prepared for that, no?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? He must be prepared. He must think that he cannot think that hotel will always be closed 9:30. Let Pappu go get masala dosa. Not possible, right? So if he thinks that I will always get masala dosa even at 9:30 or 10:30, and he keeps quiet, okay, then he is not smart.
Yes.
Yes or no? He is dirty fellow. Not this Subhash. I'm talking in the story. Okay, no? He's dirty fellow. He's not smart. Correct, no? Because he thinks that okay, let Pappu go get the masala dosa. But if he's really smart fellow, if Subhash is really smart, what he will do? Okay, he would have backup plan. Correct, no? He
Yes.
will have a backup plan. He will think, okay, Pappu go get the masala dosa. And when Pappu goes out to get masala dosa, Subhash would have a backup plan. What if my son Pappu won't get me masala dosa? Then what should I do? You're understanding? Okay. So smart fellow Subhash will think there are chances that masala dosa would not be available. In that case, he should have a backup plan. No, right? So Subhash knows that there could be an exception called that masala dosa not available exception. Yes or no? Masala dosa not available exception could occur. When that occurs, then our Subhash should handle that scenario also. No? Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct, no? He should handle that scenario. So that handling of this scenario is called as exception handling. Is that okay?
Okay.
Is that okay? Right?
Okay.
Handling such exceptional situation is called as exceptional handling. I mean, exception handling. Got it? Exceptions are runtime errors. And when your runtime error occurs, when you handle that, when runtime error occurs, you're handling it. Okay, that is called as exception handling. So in your programs and all that, you try to do some activity, but you may know that that activity might fail. In that case, you will basically take up a backup plan. That is basically called as exception handling. As another example, right? So you say, for example, let me give you now a programming example. In programming example, okay, so okay, you are doing file operations, right? So when you're trying to do a file operations, okay, you are trying to first, if you want to do a read and write on a file, first thing is the file should exist, right? Yes or no? You are trying to open a file. Suppose say you are trying to read some file, remote file, which is there on some network somewhere else, on some other network, and you are actually trying to access a file. Okay, might be that file is accessible by lot of people in your team. Okay, it's a common file which is being accessed by a lot of people in your team, and who knows that when you are trying to read that file would have been deleted by some fellow. Yes or no? Some
Yes.
others would have actually deleted that file. So don't you think as a programmer you should be able to think about that scenario? Yes or no? So if you are trying to read that file, a global file which is being accessed by many people, and okay, if that is not there, what will you do? Right?
Yeah.
As a programmer, you should be able to think that, right? See, I'm trying to access a file. You cannot always guarantee that that file is always existing. You cannot guarantee that. You cannot say, boss, I'm reading the file, that file should always be there. No chance. It's a global file. There are people who are accessing it. Chances are there that file that I'm trying to access may not be there, correct? Okay, in that case, what will you do? Okay, for that you have to write a separate code. Okay, so that code is called as exception handling. Is that okay, guys? Do you understand that? Understood? Did not understand? Understood or not? Everyone, I want everyone to put that in the chat box. Yeah. Okay, so what is exception handling? Handling the exceptions which occurs during runtime, okay, is basically called as exception handling. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, no, right? So that is how. So you might say, you might try to open a file, and if you get some kind of error, then you might be able to handle it. So how do you handle it now? Okay, you understood the theory part. We'll go to programs a little in a little while, but did you understand this theory part? Okay, so how do you handle this? How do you handle exception? Okay, what are the keywords that I used? Okay, so basically you will use something called as try, then you'll have something called as except, okay, then you have something called as else, and then we have something called as finally. Okay, this, it should be the order. Okay, try, you can call it as a try clause, except clause, else clause, or a finally clause. All these are there in the program, don't worry. Okay, now just listen to me, understand the keywords, very important. Okay, so try is the place where you write your actual code. Try is the place where you write your actual code. You're trying to do something, that is, Subhash is asking Pappu to go and get masala dosa. Okay, calling Pappu to get the masala dosa is what is the thing that you're actually doing it in the try. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now when Pappu is unable to get the masala dosa, if suppose the hotel is closed, the restaurant is closed, the batter is not there, or the chef is not there, the cook is not there, such kind of exceptions could happen, no? Okay, when such kind of exception happens, what to do would be written in the except clause. Is that okay? Okay, that would be, this is called as exception. Okay, it is called as, that handling is called, okay, error handling is done here in the except block. Error handling is done in the except block. Okay, now there is something called as else over here along with try. Okay, so if there is no problem, nothing has happened, try has successfully completed, there was no error that has occurred. Okay, then what else should I do? What else should I do other than whatever is given in the try? What else should I do? That could be written in the else block. Is that okay? That could be written in the else block. What else should I do along with the try things? What else can I do? Okay, will be written in the else clause. Okay, now we have something called as the finally clause. What will be written in finally clause? I'll show you code for all these. Okay, just understand. So what will happen in the finally clause? Whether try has, whether you have code has successfully, executed without an exception, or there would have been an exception that has been generated, whatever is the case, finally block has to be executed. Mandatory. You want some actions to be done either case, then let me execute it. This would be executed. You understanding what I'm saying? Okay, so in this finally block, I'll explain finally block once again. Listen to me. Finally block says whether try has not reported any exception or it has reported any exception, no matter what, I will get executed anyways. You're getting what I'm saying? Okay, shall I give you an analogy for finally? Shall I give you an analogy? Tell me, give me an analogy. So give analogy. Okay, so the analogy is like this. Okay, now Kirtana Ganapati. Okay, who is that? Tell me, put that in the chat box. Whose analogy I'm taking? Put that in the chat box. Kirtana Ganapati. Put no Kirtana Ganapati. Kirtana Ganapati's example I'll take. Now Kirtana Ganapati decides to cook. Okay, Kirtana, you are veg or non-veg? Kirtana, you are veg or non-veg?
Non-veg.
Non-veg. You look like vegetarian, yeah, but you are pure non-vegetarian, is it?
Not pure non-vegetarian, but I eat non-veg.
What is your favorite non-veg? You chicken, mutton, everything you eat?
Something I don't prefer it, but I'll eat.
Yeah, I know. When someone gets you, you will eat. Your money you will not spend. That is the thing. Correct? No.
Not like that, sir.
I was like that. I want.
Okay.
Someone gets me. What happens? My students after getting placed, they used to call me. I will, no problem. Go order whatever you want. When I go for one, I'll make sure I'll order only little. That is the case. Anyway, so you are like that category?
Not like that, sir.
Okay, tell me what do you eat? You eat chicken. You prefer chicken, mutton, what?
Chicken.
Everything. Everything, no matter what, but it should be non-living thing. That's all. Huh?
I prefer
Anyways.
chicken.
Okay, so you prefer chicken. Okay, now listen to me. Okay, Kirtana Ganapati is Lakshmi Krishna for yourself?
Non-vegetarian.
Fully
Okay,
no?
I'll order fish. Huh?
Pure.
No, sir, I prefer vegetarian.
You prefer vegetarian, but you're a non-vegetarian.
Yes.
What about Yogesh?
Vegetarian, sir.
Seriously?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about Sejal?
Non-vegetarian, sir.
Oh, very good, very good. But you look like pure vegetarian, Sejal. What about our Subhash?
Non-vegetarian, sir.
Oh man, you also look like vegetarian. What about Pawan?
Non-veg, sir.
Okay, okay. How do I look, by the way?
Vegetarian, sir.
Oh, is it? Come on, come on. Okay, Pawan, non-veg. Okay, cool. Chalo, Seri. Okay, so we'll start off. Just by seeing face, how do you judge? We can judge by seeing face and all. Anyways, chalo. Okay, we'll get back. Okay, now, okay. I was talking about the analogy, right? So our Kirtana Ganapati was trying to prepare chicken biryani at her home. Okay, no. So what is that she needs? She needs a stove. Correct? No, gas stove she needs. Okay, so gas stove is there. Okay, and she is cooking over here, right? Now there are two chances. There are two chances. What is that? Either the chicken biryani is awesome, it has come out very well, or chicken biryani gone for a toss. Yes or no? Correct or not? Yeah, tell me. There are two cases. Either chicken,
Yes.
either chicken biryani came out well, or chicken biryani gone. Everybody next day in their house gone to hospital. Yes or no? Two chances are there. Okay, so either case, she has to switch off the stove. No, either case she has to switch off the stove. No, when she's cooking the biryani, what happens? The stove is switched on. Correct? No. So whether there was an exception or there was no exception, either case the stove has to be switched off. No, guys? Yes or no? Correct or not? Okay, so what can you do is that, so what will you do? That is anyways put in finally block or a finally clause. Did you understand this analogy? Okay, no. So there are scenarios where there are certain code that will work in a try. So if chicken works, if chicken biryani comes out very well, that is in try block. Okay, if chicken biryani gone for a toss, it is in except block, right? So in either case, I have to switch off the stove. That would be there written in the finally block. Is that okay? Instead of saying like this, try, okay, cook chicken biryani, cook chicken biryani, okay, cook chicken biryani, okay, and then turn off the stove, okay, then except is what? If suppose exception happened here, chicken biryani did not come well, completely gone for a toss. Okay, so chicken biryani gone for a toss. Okay, gone for a toss, not gone for a toss, completely gone, completely, what do you call, it has become dirty. Okay, something has, so she has to handle it now. Whatever it is, she has cooked it. So what is it? Still she has to say turn off. Okay, so rather than saying turn off two times over here, we can have a common block called as finally, where we can turn off there, right? No, so that you can remove this turn off from try block and remove the turn off from except block and put the turn off in one place, where we know that the control, whether it had gone to try or whether there was an exception occurred or whatever, no matter whatever it is, I will definitely execute finally. You're understanding? No, so the common operation that has to happen, whether try has executed or except has executed, whatever, no matter what, then I have to do one operation that is called as, that would be there that would be put in the finally block. Did you understand this, guys? Is that okay? Okay, not okay, everyone? Right? Yeah. So shall we? Yeah. So try is a place where you actually do the actual code. Okay. So if suppose the actual code generates an error, that would be handled. Either thing is you can leave it as it is. Okay. Or you can either handle that error also. Is that okay? So all these days we wrote code, when an error occurred, we just left it as it is because we are not bothered. But in real project, when you go to company and write your real code and all that, okay, when an error occurs, what is that you do? What is that you will do? Actually, you will try to handle it. Correct? Okay. Now say for example, okay, I'll give you one more example. Let me give you go to ATM. Okay, and you insert your ATM card, right? It'll ask you for the pin, and say what happens is, you'll enter your wrong pin. Okay, say 1 2 2, some wrong pin you'll enter. Okay, after entering your wrong pin, okay, what will it say? It'll keep quit. It'll keep quit. What does it say? It'll handle that error, right? It'll handle. It says invalid, and it'll again throw you an error. It knows how to handle it. Yes or no, right? Anything for that matter. If there is an error that occurs, it'll give you some. It'll handle that error and give you something else option, or it'll ask you to do something else. Okay, that is how the real project works, right? Okay, so 3 chances. Shriyar is telling 3 chances. Oh, okay, okay. To enter the right password. Okay, 3 chances. Yeah, correct. Might be right. So yeah. So in the exception handling code, there could be 3 chances. Okay, see, enter once again. Enter once again, enter once again, then 3 chances are over, then terminate the code. You're getting what I'm saying? Is that okay? Right? Shriyari, that is what you meant, no, Shriyari? In the chat box, that is what you meant, right? So it will give you 3 chances to enter the right password, correct? Yeah. So if you enter the wrong password, there was an error that occurred, and it will go to the exception handling code. Exception handling code will give you 3 chances. Do you want to try once again? Yes, no. Do you want to try once again? Yes, no. Do you want to try once again? Yes, no. Okay, that is how it basically handles the code. Is that okay, guys? Did you understand what is exception handling? Exception handling is you basically have a error code, and in the except code you basically handle it. Okay, so for that you need to have try and except, else and finally are optional. It's not mandatory. Okay, else and finally are not mandatory. Try and except, yes, you need it. Is that okay? Shall we go and check out the code now? Yeah. Okay, right. So shall I go and check the code now? Okay, before that, let me open the material here. Let me see what is it given in the material. Okay. Right. So what happens in the first case? Okay, so what is the difference between, I told you this, runtime errors are called exceptions, and the process of handling runtime errors is called exception handling. Okay, so notice the output. Okay, so can you see what is happening in the first example? Can you see what is happening in the first example? So when I say n comma x is equal to 5 comma 6 comma jack, it gives you an error, value error, too many values to unpack. Okay, no, this is basically an error. Okay, so are we handling it over here? Did I handle it over here? They still know, did I handle it? I did not handle it. Okay, I'll give one more type of error. Okay, so L is equal to 1 2 3, and I'm trying to access the fourth element, which is not there. So that will give you what? Index error. Okay, so when I say b is equal to 10 and then say I'm trying to print the value of a, it says a is not defined. That is name error. So these are the different types of errors that you can actually find. I've given you different types of errors. Okay, so these are all runtime errors. So handling this kind of errors are called as exception handling. Is that okay? Right? So I'll go to the code and I'll see how to handle it one by one. Guys, okay? Just say okay if you're okay. Yeah, okay. Now, okay, so is it exception handling? Okay, exception handling. Okay, so vi 1.py. Okay, so who can help me out? Yogesh is there? Line? Yogesh,
Yes,
you are
sir.
there?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Yogesh. Yogesh, can you tell me what will be the output here?
Import math. We are importing the math function.
Okay.
Uh, enter the number. So user would ask to enter the negative number, like
No, this is just a comment. It is telling, it is giving you a comment, enter negative number to check what happens. Okay. So it says enter number to compute factorial of. Okay. So I'll enter one negative number over here and we'll see what will happen. Is that okay?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. We'll see whether it raises an exception or not. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. Right. So I'll run this code. Okay. And I will enter one negative number over here. So I'll say -2 and I get an error. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the error that I get? Value error.
Value error.
The type of the error is value error.
Value error.
Is that okay? So how to design your own exceptions we'll discuss after classes and objects. For today, we'll just do with the built-in error. So is that okay?
Okay.
Right. So this is the value error which the system is giving us. Okay, saying that boss, no, I'll not be able to do this because factorial expects a non-negative value. Correct? No. Right.
No.
Is that okay, guys? With everyone? Is that okay? Everyone okay? Now, before that, is there any exception handling mechanism which I have put in this code? Is there any exception handling mechanism that I have put? Is there not there?
No.
Put that in the chat box. Is there any exception handling mechanism here? No, right? I'll not put any exception handling mechanism. Okay. So let us see the second code. We'll see what is happening in the second code, 2.py. Okay. So now can you see there is an exception handling mechanism which I put?
Yes,
I
sir.
put a try block and I also have an except block. Yes or no? Try block and an except block. Okay. So in the except block, I have told what kind of error I am supposed to handle. Is that okay?
Okay.
I've told what kind of error I am supposed to handle.
Hmm.
Yes, no, everyone. Okay, so again, import math. Okay, I have a function to actually take the value. Okay, now inside the try block is the place. This is the place where you actually do the actual code, which is generating the exception. Is that okay? This is the block which will generate the exception, and try must follow with a except block, which will basically handle the exception. Okay, listen to me. Except block is a block which is basically used for, okay, handling the errors. If that error occurs, what should I do? Kind of thing. In your real project, you are trying to open a file which is not existing, and if there is, the file opening error, then what is that I have to do? That must be put in your except block. Is that okay? Right? So what is the error that I'm actually generated now? Except value error. Correct? No. So this code says like this: I am trying to do factorial. See how I'm speaking in English. Okay, I am trying to do a factorial, and if I get an exception of type value error, then print this value. Is that okay? I am trying to do a factorial, and if I get an exception of type value error, then print this value. So except block will contain the statements or the logic that has to be handled, that has to be executed when there is a value error that occurs. Is that okay? Did you understand, guys? Did you understand what I'm saying? Yes, no? Put that in the chat box. If you understood, put that in the chat box, everyone. Okay, so shall I run this code? Shall I run this code? Okay,
Yes.
so let me run this code. Okay, so now what are you expecting in this code? First, it will say factorial of print factorial of a number, right? And but what I will do is I'll try to first enter a negative number and say what will happen. Okay, now, okay, first shall I put the correct number instead of negative number? Shall I put the non-negative number and see what will happen?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll put 2. Okay, so it worked. Yes or no? No problem. There was no exception that got generated. Yes or no? Now what
Yes.
I will do, I will say, I will enter a negative number. Okay, say -1. Now what happened?
Cannot compute the factor.
Cannot compute the factorial of negative numbers. Who told this?
The except block.
Except block had written this. Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why did except block get executed? Because it generated a
Value.
value error.
Ah.
Yes or no? Now you listen to me. Let me comment this out. Okay. And then try to do a is equal to 5 divided by 0. Is that okay? 1 second. There would be an indentation problem. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now tell me what will happen. Is there an exception that gets generated here? Tell me, in this program.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there an exception that gets generated?
Yes.
Why that Bhavana and Lakshmi is telling no? Will there be any exception that gets generated?
Yes.
Yeah. Kirtana, why there is exception generated? Why will there be an exception? Lakshmi Krishnappa, why there won't be exception?
Okay, for 5 divided by 0,
There won't be exception?
yeah, there won't be, sir.
There won't be. Hey, why there won't
Cannot
be?
compute the factorial of negative numbers we will get.
You answer my question. 5 divided by 0, will there be exception or not?
No, we are not handling the exceptions.
Answer my question. 5 divided by 0, exception is there, not there? Forget about
Yes, sir.
exception
Yes,
only.
sir.
Why it will be?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What?
Because 5 cannot be divided by 0.
That is 0 division error, correct? No?
0 division
by
error
0
we
error,
get.
or there is an error, correct? No, it is runtime error, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So now, okay. So there is an exception, correct? No?
yes, yes.
Yeah. Now we'll,
There is an exception.
Yeah, there is an exception. Now, because there is an exception over there, am I handling that exception?
Yes, we
No,
are.
sir. No, sir. Not handling.
Hey, Yogesh, am I handling that exception?
No, sir.
Reshma is telling no, correct? Am I handling? No, I am not handling that exception. No, I am handling some other exception. What is that exception?
The factorial of negative number.
Hey, dirty fellow, I'm telling you what kind of exception I'm handling. See here, what exception am I handling? Yogesh?
Value error. Value error.
Value error. Okay. So if suppose someone throws value error, then only that kind of error I'm handling.
Okay.
Yes or no?
I'm
not handling any other exception. But in this program, I'm actually getting what kind of error? Division by 0 error or 0 division error, something like 0 division error I'll get. Is that is yes or no? Correct? No? Right? So let me see what will happen over here. So Python 3 2.py. Enter the factor, enter number to okay, is that code? Okay, something like this. 1. Now, see here, am I handling it over here?
No.
The program crashed. I'm not handling it. Why I'm not handling it? Though there is an accept block, that accept block is only accepting value error. Yes or no? So in that accept block, I'm only handling those errors that are of type value error, not anything else.
Okay.
Did you get that or not, guys?
Yes, sir.
Everyone got it or not? Guys, put that. Did you get that? Yeah. So I'm just removing this for now. Is that okay? Yeah. Very good. Everyone here, put that in the chat box. If you understood, put that in the chat box. Yeah. Okay. Right. Shall we go to the next program? Shall we
Okay,
go to the next program? See the syntax there, try and accept and all that. See the syntax. Okay. Right. You have to practice with the syntax after the class. You have to practice programs. Right. Okay. Right. Now we'll go to the third one. Okay. Now tell me what is happening in this piece of code. That was not good. This program was not good. Why it was not good? Why is it not good? Exception was not handled. Why, Kirtana? It was handled, no? Kirtana, can you unmute yourself and talk to me?
Sir, I thought the previous program
This one,
where
this
we
one.
got. This will handle only one exception. I mean, only one error it will handle.
Yeah, but it is even that is not properly handled. It just says cannot compute the factorial of negative numbers. You know what Sri Hari said? Did you listen to what Sri Hari said? Did you see what Sri Hari messaged in the chat box? Okay. What basically, suppose you are unable to actually, if you give wrong input, what will happen? What is that you have to give? You must try to tell them that, boss, do you want to try once again?
Okay.
Yes
Yeah.
or no? No. I know it has been handled, correct, but I don't. This is just an example to say how try and except will work. Okay, but basically, when you're handling, you must give one more chance. No,
Yes. Sir.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that should be the job of your exception handling code, right? It should say, boss, you have entered wrong number. Try once again, boss. Is what you have to say, no?
Yes.
Yes
Sir.
or no, guys?
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I've handled that in 3.py. Okay, so our darling, tell me what is Yogesh, tell me it is happening or not.
Yes, sir. Because we are asking the user to re-enter. So,
No, navigate to the code. I told you yesterday also.
yes. We are asking the user to enter the number. Then valid input equal to false. So, while true.
While not valid input false, while not it becomes true, right?
True.
While true, okay.
It would go inside try block. It will. So if we enter the number, if positive number is there, then
If suppose I'll enter factorial is say 2. If I enter 2, then it will give me the factorial 2. It will work properly, and then will it throw any exception? Will it throw any exception?
No.
It will not throw any exception, and therefore
we
it will say valid input is equal to true, and then it will not come to the except block.
And end the while loop.
Yeah, so while loop will now become while not of valid input, which is nothing but true, and not of true becomes false. While of false is false, and the while loop terminates. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
What if I entered -1? Then this factorial function, that is basically a method. Factorial method would, factorial function would, what is that? Generate an exception of type value error, and it comes to the exception block. Exception block handling it, and it says cannot compute the factorial of negative numbers, and says please re-enter, and then it goes to a while loop once again.
Okay.
Correct? No?
Yes.
Yeah. So say 2, it will terminate, no problem. Okay, what if I enter -1? It will say cannot compute the factorial of negative numbers, please re-enter. Okay, so let me -1, it again says re-enter. Okay, -2, it says re-enter. Okay, now when I say 5, it says 120 and keeps quiet. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no? Okay, so this is how you must actually, what is that, code your exception handling mechanisms. Okay, no? So you must ask what is the requirement from the client, and then you must start recording like this. Is that okay? Okay, not okay? Put that in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So we will just go to the next one, 4.py. Okay. So what is happening over here? Tell me.
we are creating a function
We have a function.
called getMonth.
Okay.
In that, first we'll go into the main program, sir. Like month
No, you
name.
tell me what is happening here in this method.
In the function, it is asking the user to enter from 1 to 12.
Huh. Okay, so there are some crazy fellows. I'll say enter the current month 1 to 12. Okay, some fellow, what they'll do, they want to actually, crash your code or something like that. They will enter 13.
Okay.
Yes or no, dirty fellows are there. They'll enter 13. Few dirty fellows are there, they'll enter 0. They want to just play around with your code, right? No? So in that case, what is that you have to do? Okay. Sometimes the system will not generate the error for this. Will the system will generate error for all this? 1 or 12 and all those things? It is a logical problem, no? It's a logical problem, no? Yes or no? In that case, you have to raise an error. You have to generate an exception. You're understanding it? So in the previous case, the factorial function also raised an error. That was the library function which gave you an error. Correct? No? Divide by 0 and all happened. Factorial also gave that error. So in this case, this getMonth is your function. This is your function. Okay. And you have written the code. And if you have to see, factorial was written by whom? Factorial function was written by whom? Who wrote the factorial function?
Math.
Huh? Yeah, it is there in the math module, but some programmer wrote factorial function and put that in the math module. Correct? No?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes,
and in that factorial function, somebody has written the code. If suppose someone enters negative number, then he will throw value error. Correct? No?
Yes, sir.
He will put that value error. He'll throw that at you. How did he write? Okay. Similarly, okay, keep that there. Similarly, this getMonth is written by whom?
Yes.
By us. Correct? No? It is written by us. Now, what is this getMonth? GetMonth is a function which is used to get the current month. Correct? No? It
Yes.
should actually give the month from 1 to 12. No? Yes or no? Suppose someone enters 1 to 12. If suppose someone else something other than 1 to 12, where getMonth as a getMonth function, as a function writer, we have to raise one error, right? Okay. So how do I raise an error? Use the keyword raise. If it was in Java or in C++, you would have done throw. There is a keyword in Java and C++ called as throw. Whereas in Python, you have the keyword called as raise to raise an error. Okay, that is a value error. It says, boss, there is an error over here, raise error. And if suppose someone is actually calling that function, now see this program. See this program. Okay, so factorial was called by whom? Within this try block? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Factorial was called by whom? By us. We wrote that. We wrote this program, but we use the factorial written by somebody else. Correct? No? And that fellow knew that. That fellow who wrote this factorial function knew that, okay, there are chances that the programmers who are using this function factorial may enter a negative number. And if suppose someone is entering a negative number, then he is raising one error, value error. Okay, so we know that fact that this factorial might raise a value error, and that is why we are trying to handle that scenario. Yes or no? So
Yes.
similarly, we are writing getMonth method. What is the function that we are using? We are writing getMonth. Yes or no? So we know that one day that getMonth would be used by someone else.
Okay.
Somebody would write. I wrote getMonth, and now you are using that getMonth for your own program. Correct? No? Okay. And there are chances that you might enter wrong month. In that case, I must, okay. Subhash, when I'm explaining, please keep quiet, okay? Listen to me and then you ask me doubts, okay? Please, it's, listen, my focus is going somewhere. I'm explaining something. Listen to me, right? Now, I see, I lost somewhere. I was explaining something very important. Yeah, so we wrote our getMonth function, okay? And we know that our getMonth would be used by some other programmer. Yes or no? When
Yes.
some other programmer is using it, and if he's entering some wrong input, like how we entered for factorial, right? Then it is our duty to raise one error, no? Yes or no? So that he can handle it.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Like how factorial people have raised one error. Yes, no? Correct? Yes or no? Right? So same, that is the reason. So inside this factorial, they have put raise keyword. Only thing is we are not seeing, okay, this factorial fellow who has implemented has put a raise keyword over there. Similarly, in our program, okay, if suppose someone enters month that is less than 1 or month that is greater than 12, we will raise an error. So that if anyone is using our getMonth within this try, okay, should also put an except saying that value error. It means that this get month function has the chances to give an error also. What error? If you enter anything that is beyond 12 and what is that, other than 1 or 12, okay, then he will actually throw an error that is called as value error. Okay, then so that people can actually handle it. Is that okay? So if you want to write your function, and if you want the programmers to make use of your function, and if you say that the only valid input that you can give to that function is some so and so, and if someone enters something apart from that, then your function can throw an error, so that, and then he can handle it in your exception handling mechanism. Did you get that? So if
Yes.
you want to raise an error, if you want to throw an error, the keyword that you need to use is raise value error. Is that okay? Is that okay or not?
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that okay, so in the factorial function also, in the factorial function written by someone, the library implementer of Java, okay, so he has written something like this: if, okay, the value entered here, okay, if suppose this value, if the value entered here, okay, is is less than 0, if the value entered is less than 0, he has written the code like this: raise
Raise
value
value.
error. He has written it like this. That is the reason, okay, when you write the program and call factorial in your program, math.factorial, you call, no, math.factorial, you call, and when you actually give -1 to it, so what happens? It will actually throw an error, which you are handling in except block, except value error. Is that okay?
Okay.
Is that okay? So in your interface of your function factorial, it is your duty to say, what kind of error it would actually be thrown when you don't give the right input, or else how will programmers know? Yes or no? Program, if you have written get month method and Pawan is using it, Pawan should know that, what kind of exception that would give, right? So what kind of exception it will give should be told by the factorial, told by your function. Yes, no? Yeah. So let me see if factorial fellows have actually done that. Okay. So how do you do that? Okay, 1 second. Let me take that Subhash's question. Subhash, is it compulsory to write try if we want to add exception handling? Now, Subhash, can you unmute yourself? I did not understand.
Hello, sir. So as in the while loop,
Hey,
right?
first you answer this question. When I'm explaining something, why are you typing there?
Sorry, sir, that was already written. Actually, I forgot to press enter. So now,
Hey, don't lie. I've done all these things, natak, with my teachers also.
sorry, sir.
You are lying, no? You wrote it now only, no?
No, sir. I seriously wrote it earlier, but I forgot to press enter, sir.
My teachers actually has cursed me, I guess. Ask me why, Subhash.
Why, sir?
My teachers have cursed me because I've given them so much of torture. They cursed me. They would have cursed me saying, "You also become a teacher one day." Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I've done all these natak with my teachers, and they were fed up, and they cursed me, "You become a teacher," and now I have to take all this from my students. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. Having said that, yeah. So tell me, tell me, Subhash, what is your question?
Sir, to define a value an exception handling, is it compulsory to write that try?
You cannot have an except block without a try block.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Did that answer your question?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, you can have only a try block, no problem, but you cannot have an except block without a try block.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Got it,
So
sir.
if you want to handle exception, you have to wrap. Okay, WRAP. Wrapping.
No, sir.
Wrap, man. Wrap. What, I'll give you an analogy. Wrap. Okay. You're not
But in
listening.
that,
Listen to me, man. Listen to me. Wrap. You have had this shawarma, actually, shawarma. You've seen shawarma, at
yes,
least?
sir. Yes, sir. I
Yeah.
did like some. Yeah.
So shawarma would be wrapped in a paper or something, no? While
Yes, sir.
before giving it to you.
Yes.
That is called as wrapping.
Okay.
Okay. So all your exception generating functions has to be wrapped, okay, in a try block,
Okay, sir.
and then the exceptions has to be handled in the except block.
Okay, sir.
You
Okay.
cannot have only an except.
So, sir, in that program which you wrote now,
Hmm.
so can we go to that page?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
here, that raise value error. So will it take to this while loop, or it will give another error statement?
Will it take it to what? While loop.
The except value error which you wrote under the try.
Okay. Here. Okay. Tell me.
So will it take that to this statement, or it will generate like the statement which was written like inside the whatever the module which if we use it.
No, I didn't get your question. Once again.
Sir, the raise value error will take that value error, like will it print the value error which you wrote the statement here, like invalid month entry.
Okay. It'll come to this. Yes. It'll come to this.
But then it is actually like it's not in the try, right?
Who said it is not in the try? It is there. No. Get
It's
month is in the try.
not this one, sir. The raise value error.
That who said? No. One second. See here. Get month belongs to whom?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
You got it. Get month is there.
Got it, sir.
Get month is the one. You are calling get month here.
Got it, sir.
Got it?
Got it, sir. Got it.
Okay. So get month is the one which is actually generating the trace value error, and therefore it is handled here.
Oh, yes, sir. Got it, sir. Got it.
Got it? Okay. So yeah. So navigate, Yogesh. Navigate through this.
Yes, sir. So function has been created called getMonth, where it navigates in between 1 and 12 month. If it is if wrong input is entered, then it will raise a value error.
Okay.
Now valid equal to false. Month name, user is asked to enter the month name January, February.
Okay. Where is it? Here.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So first we come to while.
While loop.
First is here. Valid is equal to false. Then
Valid
month name is basically, I think it's a tuple. No, it's a tuple. Okay. So while not valid. While not valid is what it becomes
While
true,
true,
right?
it
becomes
will enter
true.
into-
So I have a try block here. In the try block, I'm saying get month.
we are
Okay,
calling
so get month function is called. So this must give me a valid month, or it will raise an error.
Yes, sir.
Value error. So in this case, it says in enter current month. So I might enter one between 1 to 12, or if I enter between 1 to 12, it will return the month.
Right,
If I enter something else, right, then it would basically what it will do, it will actually raise an error which would be caught in the except block and says invalid month entry.
Okay, sir.
I will try. Is that okay? Are everyone okay with this code, guys? Just say okay. Everyone. Okay. Enter 1 to 12. What do you want me to enter?
13.
30. Invalid month entry. It will again go to that.
11.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll enter something else. Say
11.
0. Okay. 11. The month you entered is November, and it stops. Clear, guys? Okay. Guys, okay? Not okay? Reshma entered 13. Okay. Yeah. Okay. VI 5, no?
5 dot.
Okay. So what happens here?
The same program.
I'll show that 4 first. 4. Raise value error. Okay. But there is no message here. Is there any message?
No message.
Okay. It is like Subhash's son, Pappu. Who is that? Pappu. Okay. So, okay. You know the story. No? Yeah. Pappu, while actually, okay. Subhash called Pappu and said, Pappu, go get me masala dosa. Correct? No? Okay. So, what Pappu will do, assume that Pappu went to the restaurant and the restaurant was closed. Tell me the different reasons why he could not get masala dosa. What are the possible reasons?
Hotel is closed is one
First
reason.
one, hotel or a restaurant is closed. Okay, is closed. Then
No batter.
No batter. Batter is empty. Okay, not batter. Batter got over. Something like that. Batter got over. Okay, then. Okay, then what else?
Cook
Then
and
what else? Cook went home.
Hmm.
Cook went home. Yes or no?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
something like this, right?
Hmm.
Now there are two ways which that Pappu can talk to Subhash. Okay, that is, Pappu will come and tell Subhash, that, I mean, Pappu won't tell anything. Pappu will just say no dosa. That's all. He'll come and say no dosa. I didn't get dosa. That's all.
Hmm.
Okay, that is one way. Second way is he'll come and say,
The reason.
Papa. Okay, Papa. Hotel is closed. That is why no dosa.
Hmm.
He's giving some information.
Yes.
Yes or no? Papa, cook went home, no dosa. Yes or no?
Yes.
Papa, batter got over, no dosa. You're understanding? He's basically giving a message along with the error. You're getting it? Okay. So same thing is happening here also, right? No. So here he's not giving any message. He's just giving error. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Whereas in this case, he's trying to be more diagnostic. He actually said, okay, value error, you have entered invalid month. Okay, no, which can be taken as an error message over here. Okay, accept value error as error message. Did you see that? Accept the value error, and what is the error message? I'll store it over here, error message. Okay, and then I'll print that value.
Okay.
Is that okay? All right. So basically, if you have installing your operating system, or if you are basically if you get an error, okay, so you must tell what is the error. No, when a customer is using your product, okay, and he has given some wrong input, it should be told what is the wrong input, correct? So what is the error that is message? So that is why instead of just giving random error, you must say what is the error that has been caused the problem. So you can say this message. Is that okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Right. So run this code. Okay, one I'll enter, it works. Okay, so I'll enter 13. Okay, you have entered invalid month, dude. That is the error. Is that okay? All right. Okay, we'll go to which one? Guys, are you understanding?
Fix.p.
Guys, did you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Kirtana Ganapati, can that exception be named as how the user wants? Kirtana, very good question. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kirtana, tell me.
Like we are raising an error called value error.
Yeah,
Is
correct.
that mandatory that we should have the names as, like we have certain names, right? Value error, type error, like that.
Index
Should we
error.
choose one among them, or we can name it as we want?
Beautiful, beauty of the question. Okay, so Kirtana is asking me, Subhash, you have used a value error and all that. Okay, so in the starting of the session, I showed you that in the starting of the document, you have something called as value error, index error, zero division error, and all those kind of built-in errors are there. Okay, so they are basically built-in errors, Kirtana. Okay, so Kirtana is asking, should we use, or should we raise only that errors, or can we create our own errors? Is that your question?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, yes. So for that, not necessarily in this case, just because I have not discussed classes and objects. Okay. So what I've done is I have made use of the built-in errors. Okay. But even you can actually create your own errors. Like say, for example, hotel closed error. Okay. Batter not available error. Or you can say, okay, restaurant closed error, or what else? Cook went home error. You're understanding, Kirtana?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kirtana's error you can create, but for creating your own error, you must basically know how to implement a class, how to implement a object. You're understanding? So you can see that value error over there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is basically a class. Value error, index error, and all that. So for your question, yes, you can create your own errors. So how to your own errors? Yeah, your own errors. How to do that? We will do once we actually complete our classes and object sessions. Is that okay?
Okay. Then it's not just a name; it's a class, right?
What do you mean by it's not just, it's not a name, it's a class. Yeah, correct. It's not just a name, it's an error. It's basically an object.
Okay. Okay.
It's basically an object which contains information about the errors.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so value error, I told no, you cannot enter a particular month or something like that. That is information. So it's an object. It is throwing an object which is wrapping some information about the errors. Is that okay?
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, so for your question, you can use built-in things, but in real time, when you go to the industry and all that, other than built-in errors, your project requires lot of other errors which are not there in built-in and all that. So you will have to create your own errors. It is called as creating your own exception classes. Okay, no,
Okay,
like batter not found class, or cook went home class, like that. So many errors would be there, right? So you can write your own classes as errors, and you can throw that errors, or you can raise that errors. Is that okay, Kirtana?
okay, sir.
So once you must know how to create your class and objects, which we'll do it on Monday, and then you will know how to do it. Clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Kirtana, okay, not okay. Be louder.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Ah, okay, cool. Right. Shall we go to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Which is the next one?
6.p.
Wow, awesome. Oh, this program is given to you, is it? Okay. This program is basically for a self-analysis, but I think I shouldn't have given this one. This program will count the number of words in your text file. How many words are there? Okay, I think one of the assignment program given in files is already solved here. Okay, so I think I think you must go through this program completely. Very beautiful program. Okay, did you see that word delimiters? I've used space, single apostrophe, semicolon, colon, dot, new line, and all this. It means if your file contains words within single quotes, or see normal. Okay, let me explain that. Normally, what happened when I say write a program to count the words in your file? You know what basically students would do? Students will consider only one thing. Whenever I encounter a space, that is a word. Say for example, Subhash loves, okay, masala semicolon dosa. I have like this. Okay, so normally what I've seen with students is that they consider a word as only those, which is separated with a space. So in this, though there are 4 words, when I ask them to write the program, they will the output of this program, the number of word count, okay, the number of words that they report in their program is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, because they will consider word as those words which are preceded with a space, and which is suffixed with a space, like this. Okay, so basically it that is not the only delimiter. Okay, you must also check for semicolon. Okay, if I have masala colon dosa, even that should be considered. These are 2 different words. Okay, if I have it within this masala, like this, even this must be a word. Okay, if it have within a double quote masala, even this must be a word. You're getting what I'm saying? Okay, so these are the delimiters. So this is basically a program which is written, okay, to find out how many words are there in a particular text file. Is it okay? So this is your self-analysis program. I want you to do it completely this weekend. Completely go through the program, what I'm doing, like how I navigate, asking a person like Yogesh or Kirtana or Bhavna or Akshata, I call them and I ask them to navigate the program line by line by line. I want you to navigate this program. It might take 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, it's okay, but I want you to have a sheet of a paper, a pen, and navigate this. Write it in a sheet of paper and do it. Trust me, though initially it looks quite complicated, you will become more mature when you do this program. Will you do that? Is that okay? Right, so let me run this code. Okay, so we have a file called as hello.txt. So we have all this. What is the word? Can you read it out? Who is there? Yogesh, can you read this out, please? I cannot hear you, Yogesh.
India loves you, semicolon, you, tab space,
After
you,
semicolon, there is a space.
semicolon, space,
Hmm.
you, tab space, you,
Hmm.
again space, Subhash, the work is going on, tab space in India.
So how many words are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, sir.
15, is it? Let me run this code 6.py. Okay, so what does it say? This program will display the number of occurrence of a specified word within a given text file. So let me give this. So enter input file name. So I'll say .txt. So enter. Oh, it is a word. Okay. Oh, it's not a word count. It is basically how many times? Let me say Subhash. How many times it has come? Let us see. Okay. The word Subhash occurs only once.
Yes, sir, maybe.
Or this is basically a word count for a particular word I've written. Only once Subhash has occurred.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let me run this code. Let me run one more. Give me one more word then.
India.
Sorry. How many times India has occurred?
3, I guess.
Sorry, input file is what? Hello.txt. Okay, so enter word to search.
India. 4 times.
Sure, 4 times.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this program is basically not just a word count. You take the input and you see how many times that word has occurred in that program. Beautiful, no? I think your 2 assignment problems are already solved with this. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I think 2 programs are 2 assignments are already solved with this program. Guys, can you please navigate through this code completely? Everyone? Yes, no? Do it. Okay, and try to crash the program, guys. That's your assignment. Try to crash the program. Is that okay? Yeah. And don't just crash and sit. Crash the program and what? Handle that. Is that okay? Right? Yeah. Don't say Subhash has to crash. I crashed. That's all. Job over. Don't become dirty fellows. Okay. Crash the program and handle that. Is that okay? Oh. What is the next one?
Yes, the out.
How many except blocks are there?
3.
Okay. So I want to tell you something here, guys. Listen to me carefully. Okay. First, you tell me later. I'll explain.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me what will be the output.
First, in try block, A equal to 5. B
Okay. First of all, when I do 5 divided by 0, what kind of error will I get?
0 division error.
What will I get?
0 division error.
Okay. Now tell me what will get printed then.
Print ZE.
Lakshmi is telling program 7. Program 7 is there? 1 second. Where, Lakshmi, what program 7, Lakshmi? Lakshmi is telling program 7. What is that? Lakshmi is?
So in material we have program 7.
What is that? What is the program in material?
Class user defined exception.
This requires a class. I've written like, what is that? Kirtan asked me, if we can have our own class exception. Kirtan asked if we can create our own exception or not. Yes or no? That is been defined. This I'll explain after I discuss classes and objects. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
We have written class, user defined. I need class and objects for this. I'll explain this after explaining classes and objects. Is that okay? Okay, not okay? Okay. Right now, yeah. So I was talking about 0 division error. Guys, remind me, I also want to discuss a topic called as pickling and unpickling. Okay, there is a concept called as pickling and unpickling. You must remind me, okay? I mean, I'll not forget, but still, there is a concept called as pickling and unpickling. Okay, this comes under files, right? So I'll discuss this for this also I need a classes and objects concept, which I'll be discussing once I discuss classes and objects in detail. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, so I was here. So tell me what is the output of this 1.py? Yeah, tell me, Yogesh, what is the output of this?
ZE would be printed, sir.
ZDE, correct? Okay.
Yes.
ZDE would printed. Okay, correct. Shall we go? Are everyone okay with this? Are everyone okay with this? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to the next one. What will happen here?
Again,
Yogesh.
again ZD would be printed.
Again, ZD would be printed. Others, anyone else? Any other answer? You feel anything else would be printed? What will get printed? Pawan is telling E will get printed. Okay. Why, Pawan? You're just guessing, or how is it? Pawan, unmute
I
yourself
think,
and. Huh?
I think exception, zero division error comes under exception as a child.
As a
Child.
child. So how you know child and all?
I studied some in other class.
You studied in other language.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let us see the output first and then discuss. Okay, what does it give you? It will give you base exception. Correct, no? Right. So why did it give base exception? Why did it give base exception? It had to give ZD, right? Why did it give base exception? Is because, listen to me carefully. Okay, so there is a concept called as inheritance, which I'll be discussing after class and objects again. So it is like this. Okay, first is base exception. Don't worry if you don't understand inheritance. Okay, I'll explain this in very detail. Don't worry. Base exception. Okay, this would be inherited by exception. Okay, and this is inherited by zero division error. Zero division error. Okay, no, right? So in the first case, what happened? It was ZDE and then base, I think exception, right? In the first case, what was that? Whatever it is. Okay, first it was ZDE and then base exception and then exception. It was something like this, correct? Okay, so when you through that zero division error, okay, the Python could actually find this as the first one. Okay, so it was automatically zero division error and it handled it. It took this, correct? But in second case, what happened? First it was base exception, then exception, and then ZDE, correct? Okay, so you thought when it raised a zero division error, you thought this will handle. Okay, no, but rather what got printed was B. This one only got handled. Yes or no? Because zero division error is a child of exception, which is the child of base exception. It means that, okay, zero division error is nothing but exception, is nothing but base exception. Okay, don't worry about this. I'll tell you during inheritance in detail. Okay, it means that whatever this fellow can do, this fellow can do. It is like that in inheritance. So what is inheritance? I'll discuss in detail later. So don't worry. So whatever had, even though this had to be caught, okay, no, because this was already there before ZD, this fellow got caught. That's the reason. Is that okay? So to explain in detail, we need a concept known as inheritance. But to explain inheritance, I need classes and objects. So please wait till Monday, then we can revisit this piece of code. Is that okay?
Okay.
Is that okay? Yeah. Just remind me, that's all, so that I can take this piece of code and explain it to you once again. Right? For now, understand it is not ZD, it is B, because B is the parent of ZDE.
Okay.
Okay. Basically, in this case, it is a grandparent. There is a reason. Is that okay? So I know most of you wouldn't have understood. Don't worry. I'll explain inheritance and then come back to this. Fine. I think Pawan got the concept, right, Pawan? You have learned.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Here, what happens?
Now
Yogesh, loudly.
Now ZDE would be printed, sir, because in first itself zero division error is.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So what about, but that is not the problem. Here there is a else block. In try. Will it get printed? Else will get printed. You remember what I told you about else during the start of the session? I told something about else, right?
What else can I do?
Okay, let us run this code. Did it go to the else block?
No.
It did not go to the else block because there was an exception, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll go to the second, we will see the next code. Okay, now is there an exception?
No exception. No.
There is no exception and there is else block.
Now else could be printed.
We'll see. Okay, now it is else. It means the control will enter into the else block only if there is no exception.
Exception.
Okay, so
Okay.
try, the code in the try did not raise any exception. Okay, now what else should I do after that? Is such kind of code would be written in the else clause of your exception handling mechanism. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Are everyone okay with this? Are everyone okay, guys? I've given you examples for all.
Sir, I guess you should
Okay.
charge your lab, sir. 12%.
Huh?
Charge your lab.
It's oh man. Thanks, darling, Yogesh. Okay, so it's 4-5.
5 dot.
It's 5 dot. Okay, what is happening here? I think it's quite obvious, no? By seeing itself, instead of handling it separately, one except block can handle all kind of exceptions.
Yes, sir.
In the previous examples, we had 3 blocks. Okay, each dedicated for different kind of exceptions or errors, right? So there's only one block which can handle. You give me any kind of error, which is base exception, zero division error, whatever it is, I'm going to handle all. Is that okay? Right?
Yes.
Any kind of error you give me in one block, I am having only one block which I'll be handling it. Is that okay?
Okay.
There's one more way of doing it. Yeah, Lakshmi, tell me.
Sir, you said base exception is zero division and exception is child of base exception.
What is that? Come again?
Sir, you said zero division error and exception is base of base exception.
Okay.
So when base exception can handle those two errors, why are we, again writing exception and then zero division error?
If you really need it, you can put that way. Okay, but I just showed you to explain you the concept. That's all.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay,
I just mentioned it to show you that this also occurs. That's all.
okay, okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. But I feel that you must be more specific. You must be more specific. For example, okay. For example, 1 second. Okay. Zero division error is not the only child for exception. Okay, there are other children's also. Okay, so handling, if suppose someone is throwing zero division error, okay, and allowing base exception to handle all that is really not a right way to do it.
Okay.
Yes or no? You must be more specific, and you must handle only those kind of errors, is what I feel.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay,
Is that okay?
yeah.
Yeah, but again, it depends. You want to handle it, you can handle it. I mean, there I just showed you that this is possible. That's all.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. We'll go to the 6th one. Okay, what happens here? Output, please. Yogesh, output.
Hello would be printed.
Hello would be printed.
Yes.
Okay, no hi.
Hello would be printed, sir.
No hi.
No hi.
Okay. Yeah, hello would be printed. Is that okay? Okay.
Okay.
Everyone.
Seven. But we are not mentioning what type of error, sir.
This is also a valid statement. This is also valid except block.
Okay.
It will handle all kinds of this one.
Then hi would be printed.
Hi would be printed. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
What is missing? Is something missing?
Except is
Okay.
missing. Oh,
What will say? That's an invalid syntax. You cannot have like that.
okay. Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay.
Oh, I already. Okay. Okay, this is finally.
Finally should be. Okay.
Okay, so whether you execute try or I mean you execute the exception handling mechanism except block, finally will run. Is that okay?
Okay.
Finally will definitely run. Okay, so we'll go to the 8th one. Guys, you understood finally? I told you that finally about finally in the starting only. Whether you enter a try block or the except block, finally will definitely run.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I have all here.
Hi, namaste would be printed
Can you explain why?
because b equal to 5 by 0, it is an exception. So
B-
hi would be printed.
1 minute. B is equal to 5 by 0 will give you an exception, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then.
So hi would be printed.
Okay.
And finally would be executed whatever the.
Okay.
So namaste would be.
Okay. Right. Hi, namaste. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Guys, everyone okay with this? Guys, everyone okay?
Hello, namaste.
Okay. Okay. Hello, namaste. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. That is test.py is nothing. Okay. I think I have completed this chapter.
10.py.
It is there? Oh, it is there. Yeah, 10 dot is there.
Error, sir.
Hmm?
Error.
Error. What error?
Because zero value error would be.
Okay. Finally block would get executed.
Finally, bro, it would show error here itself, sir. In second line itself, there would be.
So
Ah.
yeah, and there is no one to handle it. So it just told division by 0.
Okay. Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. 11 is there?
No.
Okay. Did you enjoy the session?
Yes.
Yeah, guys.
It was fun.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So fine. I think that's all. So Monday we will come up with a new concept of classes and objects. Is that okay? No. We will discuss. Yeah. We will discuss. Guys, don't miss my Monday's class at any cost because I'm teaching you object-oriented thinking, not programming. Object-oriented thinking. You understanding it? It's a very beautiful session. So please understand. You will become more matured in object-oriented thinking. Is that okay? Yeah. Chalo. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Have a good weekend. Complete all the assignments and then come. I've already given you assignment. I mean, I've given you solution for 2 assignments already in this program. Okay. Chalo. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.